What's going on? My name is Chad Christopher, and this is my woodworking shop. Now, I've always been intimidated by building stuff. I had just kind of this hidden passion for building things, and I'm an awful handyman. So I decided to dedicate this YouTube channel to learning how to build stuff, especially in the woodworking world. So this is my shop, Dojo Built Designs, and this series is dedicated to the people who are trusting me to build something special for them. This is all about my first commissioned projects. So come along with me for this ride. Don't be fooled by this Carhartt flannel and this fancy looking shop and tools. I'm learning as I go, but I couldn't be more stoked to be on this journey. I hope you guys enjoy the journey with me. With that said, let's get started. Okay, so we've got my very first commissioned project. My friend from high school, Kirsten, you guys may remember her from the channel. She's made an appearance here and there. She hit me up, she said, hey, I need a new table. So Kirsten is apparently getting married. Congratulations to her, by the way. She has 2 kids. Her soon-to-be husband has 3 kids, so that's gonna be a family of 7. And right now, she doesn't have a table that can fit a family of 7. So we're gonna go over there right now. We're gonna take some measurements and we're gonna see what it is exactly she's hoping for. So I'll see you over there. Kirsten!
Hey, how are you?
What's up? Good to see you.
Come on in.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm Chad. Nice to meet you.
Cody, my fiance.
Nice to meet you. Congratulations on fiance, by the way.
Thank you.
Let me stand over here. So, tell me what we're working with. What are the ideas?
Well, we're soon to be, well, already are, family of 7.
Family of 7.
Half the time there's 3 or 4 of us here. So we need a table that is going to fill this space with a lot of people, but also be able to be flush with the wall when there's not so many people here.
Okay, so yeah, you sent me a couple ideas, and they were just benches rather than chairs, and then benches that sit underneath the table.
Right.
They're not being used because, you know, we gotta make the most of this space. Do you have like a style in mind?
We're in the middle of remodeling. We just did shiplap and this dark gray wall, so we're trying to keep it farmhouse rustic-ish.
Love it.
I like the white and grays with some brown, so.
Perfect. Yeah, it looks like we've got our work cut out for us. We're gonna grab a couple measurements in here and yeah, we'll get to work. So give me a couple weeks on this thing and we'll get it rolling.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Thanks so much, guys.
Good.
Look at that handshake. Okay, so we saw her kitchen. We saw kind of what we're working with. We got those measurements, and we got some work cut out for us. So as I said, she has 7 mouths to feed right now. She needs a table that can sit all 7 of them, as well as some benches where everyone can sit and kind of congregate around that table. We all know the table is where the family, you know, they all get together. It's kind of the heart of the house, and I couldn't be more excited to start building on this. So she wants kind of that modern sort of farmhouse style vibe that's really popular right now. I think it's gonna look absolutely beautiful in that kitchen. And these were the samples that she sent over. Now, I thought these looked great. One thing I was worried about is that the base style, I wasn't sure how sturdy that would be with 5 kids climbing on it and stuff like that. So I pitched her this base style and she was absolutely stoked on it. So I feel really good about this build. I think we have our work cut out for us. So first up, let's go get some lumber and we'll start cutting this thing down. Okay, so Kirsten wanted to stick with standard pine from Home Depot, so that's what we went with for this entire build. It was the most cost effective, and with a few more steps, I found you can really make this stuff shine. For the tabletop, we're using 2x10s. Then we're using 2x4s and 2x6s for the rest of the frame and benches. She wanted the table to be pretty large to fit the whole family, so we went with a length of 7 feet and a width of 3 feet for the tabletop. Because this is rough construction lumber, I took it to the table saw to cut off the rounded edges. This way, we could get a tighter, more flush fit between boards on the tabletop. I also want to give a shout out to the shop teacher that I ran into at Home Depot from my old high school. He gave me a good tip about alternating the grains to avoid excessive cupping. So shout out to you, Mr. H. Then we took the boards over to the planer to flatten everything out. I recently upgraded to the highest end dust protection product anyone can buy, the Kyle Holding a Garbage Sack 2000. Trust me, worth every penny. Then we moved on to the leg bases. I was really happy with the new style we went with. I think it created a super solid base and it still kept that farmhouse style aesthetic. Once again, we took the edges off with a table saw and ran the 2x4s through the planer just to give it a bit of a higher end look and feel. I assembled the tabletop with Titebond 3 glue and pocket holes. The pocket holes are probably overkill, but I just wanted to make sure this thing would be super solid over time. We painted the legs and bench edges white, which I then distressed a bit with sandpaper. Then we stained the tabletop and bench tops with an espresso color and finished with a few coats of satin clear coat. Finally came the day to deliver. I kept it in pieces for the most part so we could get it in and out of doors and make it easy for her to disassemble if she ever needed to move the table. Let's do this. You can see I kept the length braces high on the legs and table just so the benches could fit completely under the table and save her room when it wasn't in use. You also didn't see, but I did put a length brace under each bench as well. As always, there were certainly things I learned along the way that I'll take to my next projects, but overall, I felt really good about this one. The benches will fit under it. We got them out a little bit right now.
Will you just tell us when?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you want.
Whatever.
It's not like a big deal. It's not like a big deal.
Oh. It is.
That looks awesome.
It looks so good.
Hallelujah!
Killed it.
I love the white.
Dun,
The
dun,
wood
dun, dun,
looks
dun, dun, dun.
amazing.
You picked a really good stain color.
I love this color.
I love it. I love
so
it.
yeah,
I get married to this table.
we went with this style so that you can still fit that bench. You know, both benches will fit flush under it.
Yeah.
You probably
And
get 100.
I ran two studs through the middle of the table so that, like I said, you guys have 5 kids. People are gonna be climbing on this table. The design you originally sent me was like a 5-foot-long table made for adults to sip wine on. This is a table that kids can play on, they can climb on. It's gonna be rock solid for you.
It's beautiful.
That's awesome.
It's big, but we need big because we're a big family. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Especially for my birthday when all of my family members come.
Yeah, it looks like there's a perfect amount of room for you guys too.
So we decided not to go with white on the top, and he asked me, he's like, I think most farmhouses wouldn't be white. Do you want to pick a stain? And he hadn't used this one before, but it looks so good.
Well, it's awesome.
Yeah,
I was nervous.
I think the stain was the way to go. I really like how it brought out kind of the imperfections in the wood because we're going for that, you know, farmhouse style. It doesn't look like it came out of a factory, which I think is, you know, what you're going for.
And it's so smooth. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, this was a pleasure.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. When's the wedding, guys?
On Saturday.
No. Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate you.
Thank
And
you.
all your team and
Thank you
efforts
so much.
into this.
Appreciate
Thanks for delivering it. That's a huge help.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
All right, so there it is, our first commissioned project in the bank. Man, we did it. And I'm so excited to have that thing done with. I hope that she loves it. She seems like she loves it. I hope it lasts her a lifetime. I had a blast making it, and I can't wait to get on to the next project. So thank you guys so much for coming along the journey. I learned a ton on this build, and I'm excited to put that into use for future builds as well. If you're local and have any builds in mind, I would love to work with you as well. Hit me up. I guess you don't even have to be local. I mean, if it's something that we can ship. But yeah, if you have any builds in mind, hit me up. Shoot me an email. That email is down in the video description below. And I'm so excited to be working on more of these. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. We finally got a lot more videos in the pipe that are coming. And I feel great about the direction of this new channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you next time on Chad Christopher. Peace out.